What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it, how to dream big, and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Good evening and welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group, Ermac, Pediatric Services, and D.L. Evans Bank. Tonight's game is also brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. We come to you live tonight from Sugar City, a little 3A football on tap on East Idaho Game Night as the Teton Timberwolves at 6-1 on the season take on the undefeated.
Services, but can you tell me what?
There they are, the undefeated Sugar-Salem Diggers. Hi, everybody inside the broadcast booth. Brandon Bainey alongside Joel Richardson and Sean Kane. Joel, Teton, actually, it looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem, so we'll talk about each of these teams in a second. But, boy, this is going to be a great battle. Mountain Rivers Conference Showdown. It's Teton. It's Sugar-Salem. We'll break down these two rivals right after this break. It's East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Q4.
Well, yes, I've heard Ermac has quite a few pediatric specialty services, but can you tell me what you have to offer?
Ermac offers specialized pediatric care in our ER and our pediatric ICU. Pediatric doctors focus 100% of their time on hospitalized kids. And Ermac has many children's specialties, like pediatric surgery and anesthesiology, cardiology and endocrinology, and more. This network of local pediatric experts is only found at Ermac.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to Sugar City in East Idaho game night on IdahoSports.com. Brandon Bainey alongside Joel Richardson and Sean Kane. Our national anthem now in the books, which means we can tell you a little bit about these teams. All right, Joel, let's start with Teton. 6-1 on the season. They were undefeated up until last week. Picked a bad time to get that first loss of the season because it was the conference opener. Just one of two conference games for the Timberwolves. They lose to South Fremont 28-26. How do they bounce back tonight?
Well, so I was talking to Coach Joyce. They had some keys to the game. They wanted to get off the field on third down, not get stuck. Apparently, against their South Fremont, they were able to have they couldn't get off, and they couldn't get off the field on those fourth downs. They had a lot of fourth downs converted. So try to get off the field on third down. He also mentioned maintain their tempo and convert some first downs with the run game, and then keep Sugar-Salem's man-to-man pass defense under control with pushing on those runs. And hopefully they'll have a few more snaps tonight than they did against South Fremont.
Yeah, they possessed the ball for a grand total of 5 minutes and 17 seconds in that loss to South Fremont last weekend, yet still only lost by 2. All right, Sugar-Salem, undefeated, 6-0. Of course, the expectation is the same every year, win the state championship. This is one of the premier programs in the state. What are you looking for tonight from Sugar?
Man, there's so much good about this team. Amazing offense. They got that wide receiver, strong safety, who's got a number of commits to play at the next level. Quarterback with thousands of yards, running game that's really strong. I want to see some solid offense from their main producers, and then I want to see some of those linebackers get in the action on defense.
So Sugar-Salem will kick off to start tonight. They're in the blue jerseys, Teton in the whites. Back deep to return for the Timberwolves, Jake Marchant and Jerem Husevelt. It will be taken by Husevelt out to the 20 and brought down at the 24-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 now for Teton. This is a really junior-heavy group for Teton. Talking to head coach David Joyce before the game tonight, he said, the juniors, the senior leadership has been nice. He said, but the juniors have really taken command of this program, and really it's led by the trigger man at quarterback, Jack Nelson.
Yeah, Jack Nelson's got, 1,500 or so total passing yards on the season, 16 passing touchdowns. And, yeah, like you say, he's a junior, still got one more year to do a lot. So here we go, first play.
They run the spread offense. They'll throw in the flat to Ashton Gunther and brought down immediately on the play. Nice tackle by Wes Jensen of Sugar-Salem. Gain of only a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Teton now from their own 25.
And there was that man press, that man defense staying close on those. I guess that'd be a flat pass, wouldn't it? Out to the flat.
They got it to Ashton Gunther. He was a member of the Lone Peak High School team in Utah last year. This is a run up the middle. Again, not much doing into the teeth of that Sugar defense. It's going to be 3rd and long coming up here for Teton. They love to run this spread up-tempo offense. That was Marchant on the carry that time for Teton, and it's 3rd and 9 still. A minute gone by in the opening quarter, no score. Big 3rd down here for Teton. Nelson steps up and will be brought down right back at the line of scrimmage. On the sack for Sugar-Salem was Andrew Chase. And I guess you could say Chase gave chase that time and brought him down.
1 minute in, and we're already getting some great calls from Brandon.
Some good punnage.
I love that, some good punnage. And we're going to be calling that name a lot, that 57. He's been dominating on defense for this team.
Yeah, I guess I should say it was 67 and 57, the 2 D tackles combining. Court Summers, 57, all-state defensive lineman. So 4th down, Husevelt will punt away. On the return for Sugar-Salem, this is Ty Herlinger. He's getting a lot of big-time Division I looks, and Herlinger with a return all the way down to the 22-yard line. but a penalty flag is out as well. And you'll note that the penalty flag is a different color this evening, going with the pink penalty flags for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, I love that. But yeah, there was a pretty obvious block in the back there on that 45-yard line, so they'll have to back up a little bit and start behind the 50.
There's that potential you saw, though, from Ty Herlinger. He's a speedster, and really, he's the top receiver on this Sugar-Salem offense as well. Led by Coach Tyler Richens. Sugar loves to run the ball, of course, with Carson Harris and company, and Danny Neal, the quarterback who makes it all work for Sugar-Salem, a 6-0 start this year. The conference opener for the Diggers. They had a bye last week because they were able to watch the South Fremont Teton game, and they'll start with a handoff up the middle here on first down. That's Carson Harris with the carry, and he picks up 2 to make it 2nd and 8.
And that's something we'll be calling his name a lot. He actually plays both ways, running back and linebacker. We'll be calling his number quite a bit tonight. Just gets tripped up on that first down.
Yeah, Carson Harris is only about 5'8", but don't let that size fool you. He packs a powerful punch, that's for sure. 9:35 to play opening quarter. No score. Opening drive of the game for the Diggers of Sugar-Salem. They'll give on a sweep this time to Tanner Hawks. Hawks on the perimeter has the first down out to the 40-yard line. So Tanner Hawks on the sweep that time is able to move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem. They'll say he stepped out at the 41-yard line. Split backs behind Neal under center. Play action fake. Neal on the run will throw complete to Carson Harris. Harris has the first down to the 20. Finally brought down on the play by Thomas Husevelt. So Husevelt makes the tackle, and it will be a first down for Sugar-Salem.
Harris ran a nice route there, getting open on that kind of short side. Harris getting some really good production early to start that. I was going to say no throw. They haven't thrown anything yet. And then Harris gets the call.
All of the Sugar-Salem running backs are also great receivers out of the backfield. Harris gets the call again up the middle, and we'll take it to the 15 for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 with 8:45 to play opening quarter. So Sugar-Salem in pretty short order, marching it down the field, doing what they do best. They haven't been in a lot of close games this year, which speaks to their level of dominance. 2nd and 6 at the 15. Quick hitter to Carson Harris, and Teton was ready that time. Yeah, Teton was ready. Charging through and leading the charge that time for Teton was Jake Allen, the junior.
Sometimes when you get in the short field positions, defense can stand it up, right? Can kind of shore things up, stay nice and tight, and there's no opportunities for big plays, and allows the defense to play tighter. So we'll see if Teton can continue to respond here.
Number 1 key to the game, Coach Joyce said, get a stop on 3rd down. This is obvious 2-down territory for Sugar. 3rd and 6 at the 15-yard line. Neal with trips to the top of your screen, throws the out route. It is dropped off the chest plate of the tight end, Zach Doherty. Incomplete pass, 4th down.
That's brutal. It looked like it was close to the sticks or at the sticks also. That ball was right at his chest. Unfortunately, couldn't handle it. Maybe it was a bit thrown hard, but that's a catch you want to make every time.
Yeah, that was just a little curl route. Find the first down marker and curl there, and yeah, Doherty couldn't hold on. So now it's 4th and 6. Sugar-Salem going to line up and go for it. South Fremont converted 7 4th downs against Teton last week. So the Timberwolf defense looking for a stop. Neal rolling out, throws on the run. It's caught inside the 5, knocked out at the 2. Great reception by Ty Herlinger, and 1st and goal for the Diggers.
Beautiful. I believe that was a bootleg, right? He didn't hand it off to anyone, fake handoff. So that was a nice bootleg to the right side, quick throw, really nice reception, and then going out of bounds. Real beautiful play by by Sugar-Salem.
Yeah, Danny Neal, starting quarterback last year, took the Diggers all the way to the championship game where they fell in overtime to Weezer on a 2-point conversion play. First and goal from the 3. Neal will toss to Harris. Play blown.
Looks like false start.
Dead,
Brandon.
Yeah, play blown dead before it can start. Again, the pink, I'm not used to seeing the pink out there.
It has thrown me off for sure.
I'm used to looking for the yellow hanky.
And the pink, it's kind of a darker pink, Brandon. Not, maybe not as bright yellow. I was maybe hoping for a brighter pink that really shows that flag. Anyway, so it's all right.
For all our viewers, Joel's a hot pink kind of guy.
I'm a hot pink kind of guy.
All right.
Anyone looking to get me a shirt.
So second and goal from the 7, or excuse me, first and goal from the 7. They'll just plow up the middle here with Harris. And they're right about where they originally started this thing, second and goal from the 3. And meanwhile, we're down to 7:10 to play in the opening quarter of action. We talked about last week, Teton only had the ball for 5 minutes and 17 seconds. And Coach Joyce has got to be thinking, man, this is like deja vu here. Sugar's had the ball for a good chunk of this opening quarter.
A lot of run plays will do that, and I'm guessing they'll go. Here we go, outside. Nothing. Drop for a loss by Teton defense. Sorry, Brandon. That was a great play.
Yeah, that's all right. Hawks got the call that time and strung out on the perimeter, as you said. And leading the charge there looked like that time Seth Stevens, the junior.
Teton staying tough here. Again, it got really short. And Teton's keeping everything in front of them. Even on that first down play, there was that, I think that was a strong safety on that left side. Kept everything in front of them, and they got the first down, but they didn't score.
Third and goal from the 7. 6:05 to play, opening quarter of action. Neal, bootleg, rolling out, floats to the end zone for Hurlinger.
What a catch.
Caught for the touchdown. He reached back around Thomas Husevelt to haul that in. It's a 7-yard touchdown from Neal to Hurlinger.
There may have been a little bit of PI there as well, getting all kinds of hands in his face mask, but no penalty and touchdown. What a reception by Hurlinger.
So now Sugar-Salem will come on for the point after try. It'll be Mason Kinghorn, senior member of the Sugar-Salem soccer team as well. They beat Teton last night in the district championship game, 1-0. Teton got revenge, though, by knocking out the Sugar-Salem girls, ending their undefeated season. And because of that, Teton takes Sugar's spot to state. So Sugar-Salem loses once, don't get to go to state. Anyways, point after is through. 7-0 Sugar-Salem, 5:55 to play, opening quarter of action. We'll be back right after this year watching East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Welcome back to Sugar City. A 7-0 lead for the Diggers here on senior night. It's their conference opener as well over Teton here on East Idaho Game Night, IdahoSports.com. 7-yard touchdown pass from Danny Neal to Ty Hurlinger, and it was a pretty impressive catch, Joel.
Yeah, it was. Caught it right over, pulled it away from the defenseman. Defenseman was all up in his grill, but Hurlinger got that touchdown.
It's the Husevelt brothers back deep to return. Jerem Husevelt taking it out to the 29-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for Teton. So the Timberwolves went a very quick 3-and-out on their opening drive. Now down 7. You don't want to fall behind by multiple scores against Sugar-Salem. So this is a pretty important drive here for Teton.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll try to get some throw plays across the middle, maybe even go long on one, see if they can get that big play and get some good progress. Because yeah, you don't want to go 3-and-out again on this second drive.
So 1st and 10 for Teton from their own 28-yard line. Jack Nelson back to pass, will throw in the flat. That's Thomas Husevelt on the catch for a gain of about 5. Nicely done.
So I didn't see where Hurlinger was lined up. Even if he was lined up, I honestly couldn't tell. But you probably want to throw away from Hurlinger, the star safety. And I wonder if they try to go to that right side. where Hurlinger maybe wasn't, but I'll have to look at that on the in the next plays.
Well, he is just the deep safety, playing alone back there. Sweet play this time. Husevelt on the left side will take it for a gain of 6 and a first down. So first down of the night for Teton. You can check that off the list. And again, no huddle, up tempo, before you have a chance to even react. Teton's line back up and ready to go. 4 wide, 2 to either side. They've got the slot man in motion. They'll fake there and keep it with Nelson, and Nelson will get crunched after a gain of about a yard. Caden Summers on the stop for Sugar. They actually gave him a couple yards as he fell forward.
3 yards.
Yeah. He'll take it.
Something out of nothing.
So 2nd and 7 now from their own 41. Nelson, middle screen off the hands of Husevelt, incomplete. Boy, if Thomas Husevelt hauls that in, he's got room to run.
Definitely, that was a nice screenplay. Had him wide open, but just overthrew him a bit.
So now quickly, 3rd down and 8 here for Teton from their own 42-yard line. They've got to get to the 49 for the first down, so I guess it's 3rd and a long 7 here. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. They'll pitch it out quickly on the left side, lowering the shoulder, but a couple yards shy of the sticks is Jack Nelson, the quarterback. And interesting 4th down now at midfield. What do you do?
I think in this game you go for it. You lost a heartbreaker last week. Nelson can throw. Obviously he can run. He's got a ton of yards running. I'd say you go for it right here. You're close to the 50-yard line. This is a big game, and let's show it. Let's go for it.
4th and 2. Nelson on the QB sweep, trying to get there. I don't think he did. Depends on the spot. Very close. Carson Harris came in to finish the play off. They may call for the measurement here.
It's going to be close, but I don't think you got it, Brandon.
Initially, it looked like he didn't get enough, but we'll see how they spot it, where it goes on the measurement. We're at 3:58 to play in the opening quarter of action. A 7-0 Sugar-Salem lead on a 7-yard touchdown pass from Danny Neal to Ty Hurlinger. 2nd possession of the game for Teton. And on 4th and 2, they try to run it on a QB sweep with Jack Nelson. Did he get enough for the first down? He didn't. That's about a half a yard shy, and so the Sugar-Salem defense holds, and they turn over Teton on downs.
And it looked to me on that tackle, he would have probably made it, but there was someone on the ground who was able to still reach up and grab his legs and bring him down for that initial tackle. It was impressive. I didn't get who was on the ground who made that initial stop, but impressive second effort there.
So now Teton defensively has to get a stop here, staring down the barrel of a 2-score deficit potentially, and also having to give the ball up in the second half on the kickoff. So this is an important drive.
And Sugar-Salem, unfortunately for Teton, knows how to score.
They're very proficient at that. One of the leaders in terms of point differential this year in the state of Idaho is Sugar-Salem, any classification. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Neal going for the home run. Ball has a man. It's Hawks. Hold in for a 49-yard Sugar-Salem touchdown.
Hawks beat his man really well. Wide open. Great throw by Neal. Great read by Neal.
Tanner Hawks got past his guy and only had to beat the safety. Neal goes up top for a 49-yard score.
And we're seeing firsthand how Sugar-Salem has beat every team they played this season by 3 or more scores. They can do it on the ground, in the air. They can take you. They can do a big play, or they can drown out the clock. Looks like the kick is up, and it's good.
So Kinghorn 2 for 2, Sugar-Salem 2 for 2, and they're up 14-0 with 3:51 to play here in the opening quarter of action. We will be back right after this break. You're watching East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Well, yes, I've heard Ermac has quite a few pediatric specialty services, but can you tell me what you have to offer?
Ermac offers specialized pediatric care in our ER and our pediatric ICU. Pediatric doctors focus 100% of their time on hospitalized kids. And Ermac has many children's specialties, like pediatric surgery and anesthesiology, cardiology and endocrinology, and more. This network of local pediatric experts is only found at Ermac.
East Idaho game night, IdahoSports.com from Sugar City. A 14-0 lead for the Diggers of Sugar-Salem over Teton here in the conference opener for Sugar-Salem. Tonight's game on IdahoSports.com is brought to you in part by Pocock Trucking, based in Sugar City. But they send trucks all over the western United States and even Canada. Pocock Trucking is full service, and by that, we mean they do everything. They haul bulk commodities, feed, fertilizer, grain, potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs and have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. Teton's asking if they can return kickoffs, although Thomas Husevelt does a pretty good job out to the 25-yard line. Pocock Trucking's main office is in Sugar City, and their truck shop is located in St. Anthony. Oh, that's where South Fremont is. That's who Sugar plays next week. To find out more, go to PocockTrucking.com. Pocock proudly supports Sugar-Salem Athletics and wants to wish them good luck in tonight's game. Well, no luck needed, Joel. It's been pretty skillful. 2 touchdowns from Danny Neal and a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, Hurlinger and Hawks getting in the action. Again, that first touchdown, long and drawn-out drive, and the second touchdown, super quick. They can get you slow. They can get you quickly. Really impressive.
1st and 10 for Teton, trying to go to the outside to Jack Joyce. And Joyce blowing out a couple of Sugar-Salem Diggers in there defensively that time. Loss of about 4 on the play.
And was that Carson Harris there on the linebacker again? Carson Harris getting
Looked
busy.
like it. Yep.
On defense. Nice work, nice read.
2nd down and 14 now. Teton moving backwards. Nelson steps up. Now flushed out, on the run will fire. Deep's got his man cut at the 39-yard line. That's Ty Brown for the 1st down.
Way to stay patient. He had to scramble a little bit, but he stayed patient, stayed under poise, and let it fly. 1st down, nice throw.
So Brown with a big reception out to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Teton. 3:05 to play before the end of the 1st quarter of action. And that's the danger of this Teton offense as they go 5 wide. If you give them time, they can beat you deep. All sorts of trouble is Nelson and brought down back at the 25-yard line. Great pressure and a sack from Zach Doherty.
Zach Doherty, we're going to be saying his name a lot. Senior tight end and defensive end, gets free and gets the sack.
Oh, he just tripped him up. Penalty flag out at the 34-yard line as well, and it's a holding call against Teton. Sugar going to decline that penalty because Teton loses more on the sack.
Correct.
Boy, and Nelson, you felt like if he could just escape that one defender, he had a chance at throwing a deep ball.
There was some guys open deep, and there was some green space. Green grass, as they say.
You know, Sugar's pretty much rushing, 3 or 4 guys, and they're getting home, and that's causing some problems for this Teton offense. We're looking at 2nd down and 23 now for the Timberwolves. Ball back at their own 25-yard line. And 2:45 to play in our opening quarter of action. Nelson with 5 wide, everybody bunched in tight. Nelson slings over the middle off the hands of Husevelt. That's 2 drops now for Thomas Husevelt, and we just don't see that. We're not used to seeing that this year from Teton.
Yeah, I mean, Husevelt is that's the running back, right?
He plays all over.
He plays all over.
Yeah.
And he just because he's running back, no, it doesn't matter. He can catch those, and he has. So that's too bad he's 0 for 2 on those receptions, because he's got the talent to catch those.
Great athlete. Very uncharacteristic drops. 3rd and 24 now. Nelson has time, stands, delivers, and throws just beyond the outstretched fingertips of Brody Hess, the tight end. And now it's 4th down. Teton will have to punt. So 3 3-and-outs for the Timberwolves to start the night offensively. Not what head coach David Joyce was hoping for. Again, that Sugar pressure just causing Teton to be a little off in that spread offense.
And when you can get pressure on 3, when you're rushing 3, that's impressive.
Punt by Jerem. Husevelt kind of struck funny off the side of his foot. Ends up taking a Sugar bounce out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Diggers there from their own 48. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Pro Pete Fertilizer, an enviro-friendly product that reduces leaching. Pro Pete can help replace organic matter back into the soil. Peat-bound nutrients release when plants need them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to the natural carbon of peat moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatch. Pro Pete is a great product for turf and ornamental applications. Uses range from lawns and gardens to shrubs and trees. Go Diggers from everyone at Pro Pete. 1st and 10. Sweet play off the right side. Josiah Bosco. And Bosco picks up 5.
Looks like there's a flag on the play, though. That may come back.
Another penalty flag, and this is going to drive really either coach nuts, because here we are in mid-October. You've got, after tonight, 1 game left before the playoffs. It's a holding call against Sugar-Salem, and you want those penalties cleaned up as you approach the postseason.
Yeah, you want your guys to be focused. You want them to know the play and to know those fundamentals. And holding fundamentals will just kill you as a coach. It's hard. I get it. Holding is it's super tough. But, yeah, mid-October before the playoffs, you want to have your gameplay sound. And penalties will just kill you.
Speaking of the playoffs, we should note that all 3 teams from the Mountain Rivers Conference, District 6, Teton and Sugar and South Fremont, are all comfortably going to make the playoffs. But what's at stake for the conference champion? A top 5 seed and potentially a first-round bye if they're one of the top 2 teams. 1st and 15. Neal going to air it out long for Herlinger. Broken up. Husevelt with the coverage defensively. Nice job by Thomas Husevelt in coverage. I mean, it looked very similar to the touchdown that Herlinger caught, except that time Herlinger wasn't able to wrap his arms back around Husevelt, right?
Right. Herlinger was looking for maybe a call, but I thought that was really good coverage by Husevelt. Very legal. A little bit of touching back and forth, but I thought it was clean.
Yeah, that was just a good play defensively by Husevelt. Makes it 2nd and 15 for the Diggers. They're not afraid to go long if they need to. So 2nd and 15, ball back at their own 41. Neal going to float it out in the flats. Got a man. It's Carson Harris. He dropped it. They had Harris on the wheel route, and there was nobody within 10 yards of him, but he drops it, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as he took off, I pointed, Brian, like, oh, he is wide open. Sure enough, he saw him, but Harris, sometimes you see all that green grass, and you get nervous, and you forget that you got to catch first, then run.
Got to walk before you can run. You got to haul in the catch before you can dance in the end zone, and now it's 3rd and 16 for Sugar. Ball still back at their own 41-yard line. This could be a big opportunity for the Teton defense to get a stop here.
Get off the field.
Neal throwing deep. He's got a man wide open. Caught by Hawks inside the 20. And finally brought down around the 12-yard line for the 1st down.
Nice route by Hawks, and that was just over the stretch fingers of Teton's defense. Great throw by Sugar-Salem's quarterback.
Yeah, Danny Neal put that on the money, and it looked like Brody Hess was the guy in coverage for Teton, and you're right. He saw it and tried to reach for it. It was just over his head and into the hands of Hawks. And now it's 1st and 10 for Sugar. Ball at the 12. They will give up the middle to Harris. So Carson Harris ends up with a gain of 2, and it's 2nd and 8. That's a backbreaker for that Teton defense, right? You got him on 3rd and 16, and you allow about a 30-yard completion.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that first tackle missed. I think second tackle missed. They finally brought him down with that 3rd tackle, which makes bad things go to worse.
2nd down and 8. Ball is at the 10. Handoff off the edge, and look at the effort by Carson Harris to keep it going. Drags the defender with him down to the 4-yard line, it looks like. Hanging on for the ride was Aiden Millard of Teton. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 now with the ball at the 4 and 40 seconds to play 1st quarter.
As a coach, you love to see that, right? You love to see those legs keep churning and that second effort. And when he fell to the ground, you could just tell, like, yeah, like, I did really well there, coach. Put me in again.
I mean, because contact was made at the line of scrimmage, but he kept going. Neal keeps going on the QB sneak and will be down. No, now they'll say touchdown. All right, touchdown for Danny Neal on the QB sneak, and there's some fireworks to go off with it. With just 24 seconds to play here in the opening quarter of action. Neal extends the lead out to 20-0.
Danny Neal, he's got 5 rushing touchdowns on the season, so that's 6 now for Danny Neal.
Now Kinghorn on for the point after try again and splits it. 21-0. Sugar-Salem with 24 seconds to play for the end of the first quarter. We'll just go ahead and keep it right here. Brandon Banning with Joel Richardson, Sean Kane with us tonight as well. You know, it was a nice night, and then the sun set and the wind picked up a little, kind of chilly now.
I'm wearing my jacket, Brandon. Next break you may want to go get some hot chocolate or something, because it's it's cold up here in Sugar-Salem, a little bit further north than the normal stomping grounds.
Well, I didn't bring a jacket, so that's a rookie mistake on my part. Got to be more prepared than that, and Sugar-Salem obviously very prepared coming off the bye week for this Teton team, and so that's the thing about Sugar-Salem. They've got great players, but they've also got a great coaching staff. It's not just Tyler Richens, the head coach, but this is a coaching staff that's been together a really long time, and that camaraderie and that system you see play out.
And that matters. Having that culture, establishing that culture as a coaching staff, as a team, as players come in, they're just plugged right into what they're doing, and that can create years of success versus, first, new, second, third-year head coach. Having a coaching staff together a long time can do wonders, especially if it's going well, right?
That's right. Kinghorn to kick off here for Sugar-Salem. Sends this one deep to Jerem Husevelt back at the 5-yard line. Husevelt out to the 25 and brought down at the 26 and the 27, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Teton. And that Sugar-Salem coaching tree is starting to expand out. James Poole spent a couple of years as an assistant coach here at Sugar. He's now the head coach at Canyon Ridge in Twin Falls. And he's got the Riverhawks off to their best start in school history and a really good chance at making the 4A playoffs. So kind of like Bill Belichick, that coaching tree is starting to fan out a little bit as well. David Joyce, the Teton head coach, comes to Idaho from Wyoming. We'll talk more about that after this play. It's a pretty good one, a sling in the flat and a reception made by Thomas Husevelt up to the 26-yard line. That should take us to the end of the first quarter. But David Joyce was previously the head coach at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Led the Bronx to back-to-back 4A championship appearances in Wyoming, and then came over to Teton and then beat his old school, Jackson, very early on this season. So what a year it's been for Teton. Trying to get back into this game down 21-0. Jack Nelson as the first quarter horn expires. Will run for 12 and pick up the first down. So Teton on the move, but down 3 scores. They'll have to get to work as we flip to the second quarter. We'll be back right after this break. You're watching East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no-problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Brandon Baney with Joel Richardson and Sean Kane as we get ready for the start of the second quarter. Sugar-Salem out to a 21-0 lead. Danny Neal, 2 touchdowns passing. He's also got a short touchdown run tonight as well. Meanwhile, Teton with the ball, trying to get back in here. First down, will throw over the middle, caught at the 42-yard line That is Thomas Husevelt. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 now. Was there a penalty on that last play before the end of the first quarter? I thought Teton had enough for the first down, and maybe there was a penalty and we missed it as we went to commercial, because all of a sudden we came back and it was like 1st and 16. So there must have been a holding call on Teton at the very end of the first quarter of action. And again, penalty flags tonight. Oh, now we're at the end of the quarter. Okay. So yes, there was a penalty on Teton. Then a final play before the end of the quarter. And now we are at the quarter break. Pretty bizarre set of circumstances here. We did flip the field, though, didn't we? Or no, we never did we?
And
no.
that, I was wondering, we didn't shoot the gap.
So it's going to be 3rd and 8 now for Teton. 11:30 to play in the half, down 21-0. This feels like a must-score drive here for the Teton offense. 3rd down, Sugar bringing the heat. Nelson nowhere to go and sacked. Brought down on the play by Andrew Chase. He was trying to step up in the pocket, and as he got up, Chase wrapped up. And this Sugar-Salem pass rush has been very impressive tonight.
Yeah, coming in off the edge. I'm not sure if that was Summers or someone else. Summers got the tackle, but someone came in off the edge and just completely collapsed the pocket.
So now 4th down, and Teton will have to punt here. And now the snap goes way over the head of the punter. Husevelt's got to get it off. It's blocked. And Sugar-Salem will get the ball as it rolls out of bounds around the 18-yard line. Disaster on special teams, and Sugar-Salem was ready to pounce. Bad snap that never got back there, and Husevelt tried to, that was Jerem Husevelt who tried to get the kickoff, but Sugar was there to block it. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Diggers with the ball at the Teton 18-yard line, actually the 17. Not that the Diggers needed any more help, but that special teams play will make it easier. Neal with split backs on 1st and 10. Rolls out, throws to the end zone. Nearly a one-handed grab by Doherty, the tight end, but a penalty flag comes out. This will be pass interference on Teton. So it's going to be pass interference on Teton, and even with the holding and draping, Doherty nearly hauled in that pass one-handed.
Yeah, he did. And that time that was pass interference. They've been trying to stay on really tight on that receiver, but that time it was definitely pass interference.
So it'll be 1st and 1. The always fun 1st and 1 for Sugar. Ball is at the 8-yard line now. Neal with split backs behind him. We'll give to Hawks. Actually, double check it. That is Josiah Busco on the carry and into the end zone for an 8-yard touchdown. Sugar pouring it on here with 10:31 to play before the half.
Sugar pouring it on, fireworks going off. Bosco, I feel like that's 2 runs now that have gone mostly untouched into the end zone. Finding those edges, getting some nice blocks to allow those runs to be mostly untouched for the score.
And of course, it was all set up by the punt block that came on the bad snap, and Kinghorn extra point is through. 28-0. Sugar-Salem here on senior night. 10:31 to play before halftime. We'll be back right after this break. You're watching East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Brandon Manning with Joel Richardson and Sean Kane. And here we are with 10:31 to play before halftime. And 4 score, and the Diggers are rolling. 28-0 over Teton. Kinghorn will kick off here again to the Hoosevelts. It will be Jerem on the return. Takes it at the 5. Out to the 25. Still going and brought down around the 29. Where it'll be 1st and 10 for Teton.
Everything working well for Sugar-Salem right now. Offense, defense, special teams even. Just playing a complete game, which is really impressive. And even on that special on the kickoff, you thought, okay, Hoosevelt has some space. He's got some momentum, but stopped right there on the 25, 26-yard line. So Sugar-Salem just putting the pressure everywhere on Teton. No room to breathe. Sorry, Brandon.
No, you're fine. I cut you off. I've found that most nights everything just works well for Sugar-Salem. It's no coincidence. They're one of the best teams in the state. On 1st down, Nelson going to sling it quick on the slant. It is hauled in by Ty Brown for a gain of 6. So 10-10 to play before the half and closer to a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2 here for Teton. Timberwolves down 28-0, just trying to put together a couple of first downs here. They won't get it that time as they try the run with Hoosevelt, and he runs into a wall of Diggers defensively.
But he did keep those feet moving and kept the legs churning, tried to get that second effort, and allowed for positive yards. So good effort by the running back there.
It'll be 3rd and inches. No, they will say forward. Well, are they moving the sticks? They are finally. Okay, so they did say Hoosevelt got enough for the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 for Teton now. 9:50 to play here before halftime. Man in motion is Ashton Gunther. They'll fake and roll out. Nelson going to roll back the other direction, looking for somewhere to go, and sacked again. It's Caden Summers who brings him down. This is the Sugar-Salem sack attack tonight. That's 2 sacks for Summers, 2 sacks for Andrew Chase. This pass rush relentless with 9:18 to play before halftime.
Yeah, Caden, they say Caden Sugar Summers, right? That's his little nickname. He came in at averaging 4 sacks.
Nelson going for a deep ball. Ty Brown in and out. Double covered that time. Hurlinger, the safety, over the top, and also Trevin Holman, the corner, out there defensively. And now it's 3rd and 20 for Teton.
It was a good throw. Good throw and almost hauled it in, but really good defense by Sugar-Salem.
This is a Digger defense that has a lot of speed. Pretty much everywhere. On the line, in the secondary. 3rd and 20 now for Teton with 9:03 to play here before halftime. Nelson throwing a middle screen, throws it high, but somehow it's caught. What a reception. This is Ashton Gunther. He'll take it all the way to the end zone for an 80-yard touchdown for Teton. Oh my goodness, but wait. Penalty flag back at the 30. Let's see what the call is here. Oh, do not rob us of this touchdown, please. Just for how incredible that catch was by Gunther. It was high and outside, and he hauled it in with one hand.
He used his one hand to kind of tap it back to himself where he was running, right? So he used the hand of his momentum to push it where he was moving to, grabbed it, took off running, but nothing. Pulled it back for a hold.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
So crackback block against Teton. One of the receivers out there on the perimeter trying to spring Gunther loose and take off the 80-yard touchdown, and instead it's 3rd down and even longer now with 8:50 to play here before halftime. Ashton Gunther, we were talking about, transferred to Teton. He and his family moved up to the Teton Valley from Utah. He was a member at Lone Peak High School last year in Utah. They won the state championship, so he brought a little bit of that championship pedigree to this Teton program this year.
And Lone Peak is known to be really good and very disciplined in their football.
They're going to hand off here on 3rd and 30, and it'll get blown up by the Diggers. 4th and about 32 now, and Teton will punt. Thomas Husevelt on the carry. So 8:35 to play here before halftime, and a 28-0 Sugar-Salem lead, and nothing has gone right for Teton tonight. Not for lack of effort, just they're playing a good opponent, and even when they do get something like the 80-yard touchdown, comes back on a penalty.
As a coach, you want to see that continued effort, even when you're down 21, 28-0. And Tetons, they continue to show that. They continue to play hard.
And Husevelt again doesn't get a good footing on that punt. Ends up going out of bounds around the 23-yard line of Sugar-Salem. And the Diggers will have it in prime position here with 8:06 to play before halftime.
That's 2 muff kicks, unfortunately, for Husevelt on those special team plays.
And it doesn't take much, right, when you're punting. You know, if you don't strike the ball absolutely correctly.
Yeah, it's really hard.
It can really go kind of wonky on you. So just a couple of, foot placements that have been just a little bit off tonight. And now here's Sugar looking to go up 5 scores with 8:06 to play here before halftime. Neal on the rollout, on the run, will fire and complete. Caught for a first down, a penalty on Jerem Husevelt for the late contact out of bounds as well. Making the reception that time was Zach Doherty, the tight end. Pretty clear, right? Husevelt was kind of holding him out of bounds and then kind of drove him down as the play was dead out of bounds.
Yep, ended up kind of carrying him out of bounds and then, and then a strong tackle once he was already out. I know that it can be tough to stop yourself, but you got to stop yourself. You got to be disciplined on those tackles.
This isn't like what happened, in that Bucs game last Sunday with Tom Brady, where it was a clean sack and they ruled it was a
roughing the passer.
And then what happened on Monday Night Football too, right? In the Chiefs game?
Yep.
Yeah. 7:58 to play before halftime, and now it'll be 1st and goal for Sugar-Salem following the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. 1st and goal from the 8. This is where they had it last time when they gave it to Bosco on that 8-yard touchdown run.
Ran it untouched.
7:58 to play here before halftime. Pitch out. This is Bosco again, brought down at the 2. Nice pursuit by Jerem Husevelt to bring down Bosco. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2. Actually, back to the 3.
Nice little option play. I don't think we've seen that tonight yet, right? Running plays, throwing, running to edges, running off tackle, but haven't seen the option. So Sugar-Salem really diving into their playbook to find unique plays.
And there's like whole sections of the playbook that they still haven't shown yet either, that they're saving for the playoffs. This is just your standard halfback dive up the middle. Carson Harris into the end zone from 3 yards out. Sugar-Salem continues the onslaught now, 34-0, with 7:12 to play here before halftime. Harris now on a 2-yard touchdown run. And now it is Mason Kinghorn on for the point after try. And it is through the uprights and in. I'll admit, I may have called Mason by the wrong name tonight. I'm not sure. It's one of those things where I'm calling the game and I don't think about it. But the boys, this is going to be an interesting story. The boys basketball coach at Clark County, just to the northwest of us in Du Bois, his name is Wyatt Kinghorn. And so I'm used to, interacting with him, and, basketball season is coming up soon. I was reaching out to a lot of coaches this week, getting ready for hoops season. So I don't know if I've been calling Mason Wyatt, but if I have, I'm sorry. And
I think I may have called the Sugar-Salem quarterback the Teton quarterback, and maybe vice versa. So
you know what?
Let's just restart, shall we? I bet Teton would like a bit of a restart as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm Joel Richardson. That's Brandon Baney. Oh no, wait, strike that. Reverse that.
Sorry. Right. I'm Joel Richardson. You're Brandon Baney.
Yeah, we're getting this thing figured out
We got
now. 35, and hey, I think Sugar-Salem's got this football thing figured out as well. 35-0 Diggers with 7:12 to play here before halftime.
You know, there was some talk of maybe their secondary maybe their I hate to say weakest part, because I really don't think they have a weak part of their team, but maybe not as strong as other positions. And Teton has had some plays up the middle, but really even their secondary has just been strong tonight. Everything going really well for Sugar-Salem.
Yeah, you know, when Teton's had time, they've definitely had some receivers that have broken open. But there's been either, the protection breaks down and it's a sack, or they've had some drops tonight. A little squibber this time. And Sugar-Salem, boy, nearly got back on top of that. Teton was content to let that roll, forgetting that that's a live ball. Ultimately, falling on top of it was Boston Gunther. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Teton with the ball right around the 31-yard line.
Looked like Teton forgot that it was a kickoff and not a punt, a punt return. Because, that ball was live, and we heard some of the fans yell, "Get it, get it!" But luckily for Teton, they jumped on it, and they'll start with the ball.
7:12 to play here before halftime, and a 35-0 Sugar-Salem advantage. Teton trying to get it going here. They will fake the handoff, keep it with Nelson off the edge, and Nelson will get the first down. No more, no less. On the tackle is Trevin Holman for Sugar-Salem with 7 minutes to play before the half. It's 1st and 10 for Teton. Look at the call from the sideline here in this no-huddle spread offense. 3 receivers bunched to the bottom of your screen. Now Gunther, the man in motion. They will fake to Husevelt and give to Gunther on a quick hitter, and Gunther will get 6.
Nice little play. They looked like Sugar-Salem bit a bit on the handoff, and that let the receiver get open really quick for that quick strike. Nice little play there by Teton.
You can try and break down these Teton players like, oh, yeah, Thomas Husevelt, the running back, Ashton Gunther's the slot receiver, but they're all just athletes. They really line up and play pretty much all over the field. Nelson is the quarterback, we can tell you that. He gets a yard, and that's it. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Upcoming, actually 3rd and 3 now for Teton. We're down to 6 minutes to play here before halftime as well. 3rd and 3 with the ball at the 48-yard line of Teton. They've got to get to the Sugar 49 for the first down. Teton just trying to get something going here. They dropped that 28-26 heartbreaker to South Fremont last week in the conference opener. This is their final conference game of the year. Only 3 teams in the Mountain Rivers Conference. 3rd and 3, high snap. Nelson's got the first down, though. Boy, like Houdini, all of a sudden, like he teleported like 5 yards downfield, and all of a sudden, boom, there he was.
Yeah, I saw him run into that pile, and then suddenly he just popped out of it again. Yeah, like Houdini. Really nice blocking up front. I wasn't sure about that play call, but really nice read, really nice call by Teton.
1st and 10, Nelson dropped again by Thomas Husevelt. That's 3 drops tonight, and we just aren't used to seeing that. That is very unusual. And a timeout taken here by Sugar-Salem as well with 5:21 to go here before halftime. So while we've got a moment, let's thank our sponsors tonight. ProPete Fertilizer, an enviro-friendly product that reduces leaching. ProPete can help replace organic matter back into the soil. Peat-bound nutrients release when plants need them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to the natural carbon of peat moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatch. ProPete is a great product for turf and ornamental applications. Uses range from lawns and gardens to shrubs and trees. Go Diggers from everyone at ProPete. Tonight's game also brought to you by Pocock Trucking, based in Sugar City, Idaho, but they send trucks all over the western United States and even up north into Canada. Pocock Trucking is full service, and by that, We mean they do everything. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs and have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy, quality alfalfa, and more. And they can even sell you a used truck if you need one. Pocock Trucking's main office is in Sugar City, and their truck shop is located in St. Anthony. To find out more, go to PocockTrucking.com. Pocock proudly supports Sugar-Salem Athletics and wants to wish them good luck in tonight's game. Of course, Sugar-Salem and South Fremont play next week in the season finale in St. Anthony. In a game that right now looks like it's going to be for the conference title, unless Teton can get back in this one. Nelson overshoots his man. They were trying to go on the far side to Jack Joyce. Joyce stopped short. Nelson threw it long, and an incomplete pass, 3rd and 10.
It was a nice play, some good misdirection in the shotgun, but yeah, it looked like miscommunication between him and his receiver. I think he thought he was going to keep going, and the receiver cut short, incomplete, 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 now for Teton. 5 wide. Nelson hit as he throws, and it's behind his intended receiver, Thomas Husevelt, and incomplete. And again, that Sugar-Salem pass rush bringing the heat. As Nelson was hit as he threw it, 4th and 10. Teton obviously going to go for it here.
Yeah, you kind of have to, right? You're on the other side of the 50. You're down. Got to go for it to give yourself something.
And Teton is going to take the time out here to discuss what they want to do, and while they take the timeout, we'll take it with them. 5:11 to go here before halftime. 35-0, Sugar-Salem with the lead. We'll be back right after this. It's East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back. It's East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Brandon Bainey with Joel Richardson and our silent partner tonight. It's like you're our financial backer, right? Silent partner in the operation. Sean Kane. We'll be hearing from Sean at halftime and beyond, though. Speaking of beyond, 4th and 10. Teton trying to get beyond the first down marker, and they throw high, incomplete. Nelson was trying to go over the middle that time to Brody Hess, the tight end. Overshoots him, 4th down. They turn it over on down. Sugar gets it back, Joel.
Yeah, you try to do a little, looked like a little seam route with a bit of a post, and it was long. It was a good throw, and he was open, but overthrew his tight end, and Sugar-Salem would take the ball again, which has been the one consistent in this game is Sugar-Salem with the ball. Unfortunately for Teton, but fortunately for Sugar-Salem.
I mean, it has been a workman-like, kind of business-like type night for the Diggers. 1st and 10. Neal back to pass. Throws in the flat. Caught by Carson Harris with blockers and room to run. Carson Harris kind of lowers the shoulder and bangs into Thomas Husevelt right at the 40-yard line, but that's a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Yeah, nice screenplay to the far flat, and great blocking downfield for Carson.
So the big run by Carson Harris out to the 24-yard line will be coming back on a holding call. So march it on back. 4:28 to play here before halftime and a 35-0 Diggers lead. Pretty significant penalty here, though. Will make it 1st down and 21. Ball back at their own 49-yard line.
I mentioned good blocking. guess it was too good. And they get called for the hold. I believe on that right side.
So 1st and 21. Neal will break the huddle and 5 wide here from the Diggers. You don't see this often. 3 receivers to the top of your screen, 2 receivers at the bottom. Low snap, Neal's got to pick it up. Will throw the out route, and that's off the hands. Incomplete of Caden Summers. So Summers, the stud defensive end, moonlights on offense. That's the thing about this Sugar-Salem team. A lot of these guys go both ways.
Yeah, and it's really, like you've been saying, athletes on both sides. Both sides play offense and defense.
Out there and go for it. So 2:50 to play here before halftime, 35-0. And Sugar going to go for it on 4th and 10. Neal on the rollout, slings and caught for the first down to the 25-yard line, a gain of 16. Ty Hurlinger makes the first down reception.
Bobbled a little bit, but was able to catch it in the end and even get some positive yards after that catch. We'll pause here. Had some extra yards after a catch. Impressive by Hurlinger.
That's why I paused for a second, because I saw the bobble and I was like, did he hold on? He did. Hurlinger about as shorthanded as it comes. It's now 1st and 10 for the Diggers. Ball at the Teton 23 with 2:10 to play before halftime. Up 5 scores. Neal, QB draw. Down to the 17 for a gain of 6.
And those QB draws can only work if your offensive line get that split block and we're able to create that nice hole for the draw. So nice blocking by the offensive line.
Inside of 2 minutes to play here before halftime. .130 to go before the half. 2nd and 4. Neal throwing. It is caught inside the 10, down to the 8. Doherty on the reception. It'll be 1st and goal.
That's another one of our two-way players playing defensive end and tight end. Nice catch by Doherty.
1:15 to play before halftime. Sugar would love to take this clock all the way down and score. Already up 35-0. 53 seconds to go before halftime. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1 now for Sugar-Salem. A 35-0 lead here for the Diggers. Clock stopped with 53 seconds to go, and it looks like the ball actually at the 2. So 2nd and goal from the 2 here for Sugar-Salem. Leading 35-0 over Teton. Split backs behind Neal. They'll give to Harris on the fullback dive. He didn't get there. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.
One of those quick handoffs where you expect the first guy to be the blocker, the lead blocker, but no, they gave it to the first guy. But defense held tough there.
And Sugar going to take a timeout here with 40 seconds to go before the half. I thought Sugar would want to just run the clock down and try and get the touchdown that way. But what do you think they're going to draw up here, Joel?
I would try to go to the edge, try to run to the outside. They've had success going to the outside on a couple touchdowns in this first half. It'd be interesting to see if they can get that outside success once again. And you mentioned maybe they'll just knee it out, but the playoffs are coming. This is a great chance to practice, to be well prepared. You are up 35-0, but a good chance to be that much more ready for the playoffs in a couple weeks.
Well, this, like you said, this is a good dress rehearsal because there's going to come a time in the playoffs where Sugar is going to be facing a 3rd and goal at the 1, but instead of a 35-0 game, maybe it's a 7-7 ball game. Maybe it's tighter, and they need to get the touchdown. So this is good practice. So Sugar-Salem scores again with 36 seconds to play here before the half. And now up 41-0 on the 1-yard touchdown run by Danny Neal, the quarterback. And the extra point by Mason Kinghorn through as well. 42-0. Sugar-Salem Wow, what a first half.
Well, we knew Sugar-Salem was really good. Again, they've beat all opponents by 3 or more scores, but I don't think we expected a shutout so far in the first half. Really impressive work by Sugar-Salem on both sides of the ball.
We'll be back with the kickoff with 36 seconds to play before halftime right after this. It's East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Before halftime, Husevelt with the kick return out to the 42-yard line. Teton's got a shot here to score before the halftime break.
And behind Jack Nelson, again, he's on 1,500 or so total yards passing, so they have the talent. Can they get past? Excuse me, Brandon. Can they get past the Sugar-Salem defense?
You're fine. Teton's got 1 timeout remaining. Try and get something here. Nelson has time. Delivers over the middle. Penalty flag comes out from the back judge. For the moment, it's a reception by Ashton Gunther for a first down with 16 seconds to play.
Wonder if it was a pick play, accidental or not, but wonder if it was a pick play, which sprung Teton's guy wide open.
Official's going to talk about it. Holding on the defense.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
So holding in that Digger secondary with 16 seconds to go before halftime. Tack on some penalty yardage to that play as well. Be a first down for Teton here. Still 1 timeout at their disposal. And 16 seconds to play here before the halftime break. Ball will be all the way down to the 16-yard line now, where it'll be 1st and 10.
And you mentioned Sugar-Salem gets the ball back in the second half.
Yes.
So if you're Teton, you got to score here.
Must score possession for the Timberwolves. Nelson with 5 wide again. 16 seconds to play in the half. Slips away from one man. Throws on the run. It is caught for the Teton touchdown. Thomas Husevelt.
Husevelt getting a lot of action tonight, both offense and defense. Great catch. That was in a lot of traffic and great throw by Jack Nelson.
So Thomas Husevelt, he's had a rough night, right? He's dropped a couple of passes, makes the difficult one for the touchdown, though, and Teton gets on the board with 9 seconds to play before halftime. Low snap. That kick will be short. Attempt kind of doomed from the start on the low snap. The holder never got it completely vertical, and so 42-6 is where the game remains with 9 seconds to play before halftime.
Yeah, the kicker kind of stalled because it was a bad snap and wasn't sure what to do and tried to get it, but there was no momentum at that point. Short kick, unfortunately, for Teton.
So 9 seconds to play in the half. 42-6, Sugar-Salem lead coming up at halftime. We will recap what happened in the first half, maybe have some stats for you as well. We'll bring in Sean Kane, get his analysis from that first half of action. Take a look at our Friday Night Flash, our live in real-time updating scoreboard across the state. Former intern Keller running the Friday Night Flash for us. He was our intern last.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it. How to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Dave. Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Brandon Baney alongside Sean Kane and Joel Richardson. We're going to bring in Sean Kane for the first time tonight. You were running the camera in the first half for us, and well, Sugar doing what Sugar does, right? Up 42-6 over Teton here at halftime.
Yeah, the temperature dropped up here. You know, it got a little chilly, but the Sugar-Salem offense did not drop down at all. They're on fire tonight. They're hitting on all cylinders. What I was most impressed with is Sugar-Salem's defense has been lights out. They're sometimes only rushing 3 guys and getting pressure, and I think that's made a big difference.
Yeah, that pressure that's been generated because Teton, you know, they run this spread, up-tempo, no-huddle offense, but if you don't have time in the pocket, that throws off the timing of the offense, right?
Yeah, and just to do it with a lower amount of guys, they've got Sugar-Salem's able to have people in the secondary for coverage too, and yeah, the quarterback for Teton is, you know, he's had a rough night because they're bringing the pressure in hard and fast.
Yeah, let's take a look at the first half stats here. Let's start with Teton. They're on the short end of it here, 42-6. Jack Nelson, 8 of 16 passing in the opening half for 92 yards, and the touchdown. It came right before halftime to Thomas Husevelt. In terms of running the ball, Teton's had a tough go of it, right? They've run the ball for a total of, 3 yards tonight?
Yeah.
2 yards.
2, yep, because just 9 from Thomas Husevelt and then a couple of negative runs from some of the other players. So run the ball has been very tough.
Yeah, so Thomas Husevelt, 5 carries, 9 yards. Jack Joyce, 1 carry, -4 yards. And then Jack Nelson with all the sacks, 11 carries for -2 yards. All things considered, not bad, considering he's been sacked, 3 or 4 times tonight. Receiving tonight for Teton, it's been Thomas Husevelt, 3 catches for 42 yards and the touchdown. After that, Ashton Gunther has 3 catches for 23 yards, and Ty Brown, 2 catches for 27 yards. And they're also 0 for 1 on PATs as the snap was low. The hold never got down, and so Teton missed that kick right before halftime, so it was 42-6. All right, let's take a look at that Sugar offense now, and boy, they're rolling. Danny Neal, a very efficient 12 of 16, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. Neal also 4 carries for 15 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. I'd say probably the clubhouse leader for our Idaho Transportation Department, IdahoSports.com player of the game.
Yeah, I heard you guys mentioning that before, and I couldn't quite hear who he said, but when I came to sit down, I was going to say Neal. He's been stats are blown up, but he's just kind of been the general out there. Neal the general. It's a general kind of name. Daniel Neal, general of the Sugar offense, because he's been leading them. Very poised. He's making great throws, and he's making great decisions, and the stats show it.
Yeah, General Neal. I like it. It sounds pretty good. Leading the way tonight, it's kind of been a committee, as it always is with Sugar-Salem. Carson Harris has 7 carries for 20 yards and a touchdown. We talked about Danny Neal, 4 carries for 15 yards and 2 scores. Josiah Bosco, 3 carries for 16 yards and a touchdown. And then Tanner Hawks has 2 carries for 7 yards. Receiving tonight, Ty Herlinger, 4 catches, 42 yards and a touchdown. Tanner Hawks caught the other one. It was an 80-yard bomb, so 2 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown for Hawks. Carson Harris has 3 catches for 39 yards. Zach Doherty, the tight end, has 3 catches for 28 yards. And when we talked about that Sugar-Salem defense, take a look at the sacks tonight. A sack by the team, basically, where there was like 3 or 4 guys. 1 sack for Caden Summers, 1 sack for Zach Doherty, 1 sack for Andrew Chase. So 4 sacks by that Sugar front tonight. And we talked about that pass rush. It's been pretty tough.
Yeah, if we had the Fox Sports graphic, it would have been hurried up and pressured. Those numbers would have been off the charts too for Sugar-Salem's defense.
Definitely. So Sugar in command here at halftime, 42-6 over Teton. Let's take a look at the Friday Night Flash. This is our live, in real time, updating scoreboard. Keller working hard back at Idaho Sports HQ, updating these scores around the state of Idaho. Of course, the big matchup that pertains to this game happened last night, Thursday Night Football, as South Fremont, the other team in the Mountain Rivers Conference, played Marsh Valley from District 5 in a non-conference battle, and they got walloped pretty good.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, the early game, and Marsh Valley was able to come away from a South Fremont team that had just kind of hit their stride after beating Teton the week before. So, a nice job by Marsh Valley, and what a tough conference: Sugar-Salem, Teton, and South Fremont.
Yeah, Marsh Valley won that game 41-21, so they won by 20 points over South Fremont. But what else is going on tonight in 3A football around the state, Sean?
Well, 3A football, we've got halftime, American Falls and Snake River. Snake River is ahead in that one, 21-0.
And if Snake River wins that game, they win the conference. They win District 5, so big game there.
We've got Buell and Kimberly in the first quarter. Buell's 14, Kimberly 7.
And that game is for the District 4 championship.
We've got Gooding and Wood River. Wood River playing 3A in football, and at halftime, Wood River's 21 and Gooding 2.
And if Wood River wins that game tonight, they clinch a playoff spot.
So, and then we've got Homedale Fruitland 21-0. Homedale on that beautiful new turf up there. It looks amazing.
And that is a battle of undefeated teams in District 3, so that is for the District 3 title tonight as well.
And then we got Parma Weiser. First quarter, Weiser 14, Parma 0.
All right, and that's the 3. There's not many teams in 3A football, so that was kind of the gamut there.
Yeah, the one game I was kind of I felt it was interesting, and we kind of had talked about it, was Aberdeen and Westside, and in the third quarter, Westside's up 15-0 over Aberdeen. I thought that was an interesting matchup, and it doesn't look like we have any other scores for this area, but for 2A, yeah.
And then I know there's some big 4A, 5A matchups tonight as well in East Idaho. What else we got going on?
5A East Idaho, we had Madison and Highland at halftime. Highland leads 14-7.
Winner of that game is on the inside track to win the conference title there.
And then we also have Rigby Thunder Ridge, Rigby 13-0 in the second quarter in a maybe a little closer battle than you might expect.
And, of course, Rigby trying to recover from that 43-42 loss to Highland last week that we were on the call for here on IdahoSports.com. And what about the 4A level?
4A, we've got Bonneville Skyline, and that is tied 10-all at halftime. So pretty interesting there. We've got Blackfoot and Idaho Falls, which is kind of an important matchup right in that conference. If Blackfoot really kind of needs to win that, and they're up 28-0 in the second. And then that's what we got for East Idaho.
Okay, very interesting, and we'll keep an eye on those games and more. But, of course, the game right in front of us, big matchup with playoff implications as well. Conference opener for Sugar-Salem, conference finale for Teton, staring down an 0-2 record in the district as Teton is up 42, or excuse me, Sugar is up 42-6 over Teton at halftime. All right, well, we'll take one more break. We'll come back and get you ready for the second half. There are the Diggers making their return to the field, and Joel Richardson will be making his return to the broadcast booth along with Sean Kane for the second half of action. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back with the second half right after this. It's East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Community welcome.
Okay. Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night here in Sugar-Salem. As we're coming out of halftime, we've got Sugar-Salem up 42-0 over Teton, which has been just kind of a showcase of all the offensive weapons Sugar-Salem has. And then we've got, Sugar-Salem's going to be getting the ball to start the game like they needed any more offensive possessions, but, you know, Teton's going to have to find a way to come up with a stop here. Oh, yeah, and in the booth, and now we've changed it up. If you're just tuning in now, I'm Sean Kane. I'm here with Joel Richards, and Brandon Bainey is on camera, our silent partner, maybe for the first time ever. I mean, I don't know what to do. But, yeah, we're going to have Teton kick off to Sugar-Salem to start the second quarter. Or the third quarter.
Yeah, Sean, you mentioned that they don't need another excuse to get more offensive production, but they do get the ball in the second half. Teton was able to score and get a touchdown in before the end of the first half. Didn't make that PAT, but unfortunately, Sugar-Salem does get the ball in the second half, and here we go.
Kickoff is brought up. By, it looks like number 8, Tate Cutler. Nice run. Looks like up to the 37-yard line where Sugar will take over here in the third quarter.
I don't believe we've called Tate Cutler's number tonight.
No,
yet.
yeah, that was
tough. It looked like it was
look.
a 0 for me, you know, but it was 8. Tate Cutler.
Nice return. The Diggers set up here at the start of the third. Neal back rolls and caught, or no, dropped.
Yeah, looked like he was actually going to catch that ball, but
just a little
disappeared
short.
with the grass, right?
Intended receiver Caden Summers. We've heard his name a lot.
On both sides of the ball.
So 11:45 left in the third quarter. 2nd and 10, Sugar-Salem. We're going to have Danny Neal, under center. He's been everything for the Sugar-Salem Diggers tonight.
Captain Neal.
General.
I apologize, General Neal. You're right.
Play action. Pump fake. Not enough. Nice tackle by Tetons. Well, who else? Thomas Hoosevelt. He's been all over the field for Teton. Thomas Hoosevelt has been all over offensive and defensively for Teton.
He has been. I believe Brody Hess was in there too, who we've called his number a number of times tonight already.
Yeah, and it's a third down. Teton has just not been able to get a stop on a third down. So this is a big play for Teton's defense right here to kind of get some stuff rolling in the second half of action.
And Coach Joyce said they wanted to get out of there on third downs.
Neal rolls. He finds the receiver for a first down, which has just been the case all night. Looks like Caden Summers again on the catch. So first down, Diggers. Oh. Let me take that back real quick. That was Ty Hingler.
That was Hurlinger, yeah.
Hurlinger on that one. Thanks for our eye in the sky, Brandon Bainey. So first down at Sugar-Salem, 10:57 to go. That's a handoff. To Carson Harris for about 7 yards, it looks like. Maybe 6.
Yeah, we've been calling his number a lot. Maybe not as much as was that his brother, right? Or maybe not brother, but Carson Harris. We've been calling Carson Harris a lot tonight.
Yeah, Carson Harris, number 44. He looks like a fullback, and he plays like a fullback.
Plays like a fullback. But that was Carter Harris there, right? Or was that Carson?
That was Carson.
Carson, excuse me.
Handoff, Neal. And that was to Tate Cutler again. Nice run by Tate Cutler. Didn't hear much action from him, but, you're up by a few scores. You're probably going to get some different touches to some different players, give them that experience. But we do have a flag on the play.
Yep, looked like it was a illegal block in the back. So that's going to come back, unfortunately, for
Sugar's going to come back just on the outside of the 50-yard line there. So 2nd and 13, 10-11 to go in the third quarter. Sugar, not moving it as fast as they have in the first half, but, credit to the Teton defense for making some plays here. And, kind of in the first half, I noticed there was a lot of penalties on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, there were. One of the stats I saw before, as we prepared for this game, was penalties by Sugar-Salem.
Nice handoff to Carson Harris. He's going to get the first down and a little more.
Yeah, nice run by Carson. Just going back to those penalties, before you go into playoffs, you want to make sure that things are short up, things are tight. And if there was a negative for Sugar, it would be the amount of penalties that they've accrued over throughout this year. So you want to get that tighter as when playoffs come through.
Absolutely. First down, Diggers. Neal. Oh, and it's dropped and hit again. And somehow.
Wow.
What could have been disastrous. Neal went out, looked to pitch it on an option play, gets hammered, drops it. I believe we had number 4 Trevor Holman. Bosco recovered it, somehow sneaks away, and they don't lose any yards. The Diggers get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, impressive. He pitched it late, and pitch went wild, but they were still a couple of Teton players missed their tackles, and he was able to get back to the line. Pretty lucky and impressive work.
Just kind of how the night's going for Sugar-Salem tonight.
For sure.
Out of the shotgun, Neal looking deep. He's got an open receiver, and what a catch by Caden Summers. He torqued his body, and what a great catch. First down, Sugar-Salem. First and goal, Diggers.
And Danny Neal, if he could have thrown that ball a little bit higher, that he would have been gone, right?
That would have been a touchdown.
Touchdown, no question.
Caden Summers made a great catch. He's been making great catches all night. Gets that body, turned around, catches it, and Sugar-Salem is knocking on the door again with 8:08 left in the third quarter. Danny Neal under center. Quick handoff to Carson Harris. Not much there, maybe a yard or two.
They've done that a few times today. They've done those quick handoffs where you expect that first runner, I guess, to be the lead blocker, but instead they've given him the ball. And it's worked. It's got him a few yards when they needed him.
Yeah, and you've got to watch Neal. Neal, he likes to do the QB sneak, you know. Sugar's just got so many options. You know, they can throw it. They can run it on the ground, and you've got Neal, who is multifaceted and can make a lot of plays.
Hard to scheme for.
Yeah, I would say so. So you got 7:15 left. It's 2nd and 1 on the goal line for Sugar. They rush up, and we've got a timeout, Sugar-Salem. So with 7:10 left, Sugar-Salem takes a timeout. It's 42-6. Sugar, 2nd and goal. We'll be right back after this.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
And welcome back to East Idaho Game Night here in the beautiful city of Sugar. Play on words there. But East Idaho Game Night, we have Sugar-Salem 42, Teton 6, 7:10 left to go in the third quarter, and Sugar-Salem, if you can believe it or not, is knocking on the door again for another score.
Having watched this game tonight, I can't believe it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just such a hard team to stop. Neal in the shotgun. And there's going to be a penalty flag on that. Neal, I'm sure it's going to be illegal motion or a false start, but Neal in the shotgun, the receiver starts running in motion, trips and falls. The play happens, and it's going to be a false start on Sugar. We'll back him up here. So 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Hurlinger was a bit upset. I wonder if if as he started the motion, he wanted the snap so it wouldn't be illegal, but they waited too long and it ended up being illegal motion. I don't really understand, but Hurlinger was visibly upset that looked like the quarterback didn't hike it in time.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the only the problem Sugar's had on offense is their own kind of self-inflicted wounds tonight. So Neal back in the shotgun. 4 wide. He's going to roll to his right. Wide open for the touchdown. I believe it's Cade Summers. Oh. Will Caffrey. Excuse me again, Tyler. Yeah, he wanted the ball. He got it for a touchdown.
Right.
Sure, it was 7:02 left. Sugar's up 48-6. They go for the extra point. And again, Sugar just, they can find, Neal finds the open man. I just don't know how you stop him at this point.
Yeah, Ty Hurlinger didn't work the first time, so they went to the opposite side. Kick is good. It was a different play, but he still was able to get spring open for that pass, and Neal found an easy connection, touchdown by Hurlinger, having just another fantastic night.
Yeah, and you guys talked about Hurlinger is just outstanding, 4 offers, great receiver, but, most people are interested in him for the CB position, but we're here East Idaho game night on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back for the kickoff.
Your job is planning, planting, harvesting, and to be on call 24 hours a day. Our job is to make sure you have the resources to keep doing it. D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Welcome back to East Idaho game night, IdahoSports.com. Sugar-Salem just scored again. They kicked off. Teton's going to start their drive here, 6:53, 49-6 Sugar ahead from about the 23-yard line. And Teton's got to get something rolling.
Yeah, I've said this a few times tonight. Unfortunately for Teton, they're down a lot. But as a coach, you want to see continued effort and guys really trying to continue to produce and improve and get a few more scores.
Run from Teton. And it looked like number 3, Jack Nelson. And is that the first time he's been in?
No, so he's...
Oh, that Jack Nelson, the QB.
Right,
Excuse
so
me. Yep. Another run up the middle for Teton. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3, 6:13 to go. Still just nowhere for Teton to go up the middle against this stout Sugar-Salem defensive line.
And looking at the roster, you got some O-line guys playing D-line as well. Big dudes playing up front.
Jack Nielsen, shotgun, play action, pass, tipped off, and caught by number 2, Ashton Gunther. And that ball, it went off one Teton player, boom, 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 over to Gunther, and nice catch and 1st down Teton.
Yeah, you need to. Sometimes it takes a little bit of luck, and they had some there. Nice 1st down.
1st down. Play action again. Quick pass from Nielsen. And that's going to connect to Ty Brown.
And when you're trying to they're not picking apart, but if you're trying to get some guys open, those slants through the middle, especially when you have linebackers pushing far, selling out on the run, that middle will be open, and you can take advantage on those slant plays.
So quarterback keep by Nelson. He's going to get a couple. 5, well, and a late flag is going to come in. And again, about 5 minutes left in the third quarter, 49, Sugar-Salem. Teton 6 and a late flag.
I think that's going to be on Sugar-Salem.
Now, there was some cheering from the Teton side that might indicate that, but sometimes, they're not right.
The crowd is never wrong there, Sean.
So it is going to be on Sugar.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be on sportsmanlike conduct on Sugar. So 50 more yards.
That's a big penalty, and like we said, the only thing you could kind of nick on is Sugar-Salem's had some penalties tonight, and now you've got Teton down and in scoring position again.
And this is what you want as Teton. You just want a chance. Get some positive plays, maybe some penalties.
High snap. Nielsen was very lucky to be able to get that high snap, gets the pass out to, well, and it looks like that player may be a little bit injured, but it was a high snap, and they've had a couple snapping issues, and yeah, and like you said, that's the difference. Sometimes just getting these reps, and like we've said all night, these teams are all going to be in the playoffs, so, and that player was all right, so that's good.
Yeah, Jack Nelson handled the bad snap. Under pressure with poise, and was able to make that quick throw.
So 2nd and 5, 4:24 to go, 49-6. Teton looking to score. Out of the shotgun, Nielsen's going to look. He's going to find just out of the hands of Thomas Hoosville, and he's had a couple drops tonight. And that would make a huge difference for this Teton offense. They could find a way to get the hands on those.
I believe that's 3 or 4 for Hoosevelt. He had that really hard catch for the touchdown. Really good catch. But yeah, 3 or 4 drops tonight for Hoosevelt, which is uncharacteristic for him, having so many catches and so many yards.
Nelson out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. To the middle. And that's completion to number 12, Brody Hess. So another Teton first down. Excuse me, Thomas Hoosevelt was on that pass, and a quick play by Teton.
Yeah, so Thomas, after the drop, he's able to get that catch, shake it off, and go to the next play and make a good catch, which was another throw in traffic. Good throw by Jack Nelson, but unfortunately on that next play was incomplete.
So that pass incomplete, 2nd and 9. 3:50 to go here. 49-6. Teton knocking on the door. Teton get a couple. Get some action, get some offense going. Just start building on some just basic things, and hopefully that will help him in the next week. Shotgun. Nelson looking, and he's going to be sacked. There's 3 Sugar-Salem players in on that sack, and the main guy in there was number 54, Riley Williams, but there was 3 Sugar-Salem guys, and that's been the problem all night.
Yeah, we haven't called Riley Williams' name tonight. He's been on a number of tackles, but that senior plays both ways, OL and DL, came in hot with 2 more of his teammates.
So 3rd and 16 now for Teton. Nelson out of the shotgun again. High snap. The ball too low to Ashton Gunther. So 4th down. What do you draw up, Joel?
I think you keep those slants through the middle are actually working. That was unfortunately an uncharacteristic bad throw by Jack Nelson. I think you keep going through the middle on those throws. The run plays aren't really working. QB draws get him a couple yards, sometimes 5 or 6, but I think you got to do a slant through the middle.
All right, let's see. Nelson in the shotgun. 5 wide receivers. And it's going to be intercepted by Sugar-Salem. The pass is too short. And in on the interception was Trayvon Holman.
Yeah, pretty easy one for Trevin Holman, unfortunately for Jack Nelson. Just totally underthrew his receiver, and Holman read that, undercut the route, and, yeah, came up with the interception. So nice read by Holman.
Yeah, just underthrown, and with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, it's 49-6, and Sugar-Salem takes over in possibly the worst field position they've had all night. Handoff. So that handoff actually loses a yard, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, you mentioned this is the worst field position. I think they've started really close to the 50, if not on the 50, most of this game, maybe except for that first possession where they had that long drive for the touchdown.
Neal under center, fakes one handoff. And Carson Harris wheels off about 20 yards for another Sugar-Salem first down.
Carson Harris has had a game tonight.
He's
getting
creeping in.
Running plays. He wants the IdahoSports.com MVP, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. The Idaho Transportation Department Player of the Game. Tune in for our after-game show. Handoff. Neal to Tay Cutler again. Tay Cutler getting a few more touches, and that's going to maybe just get back to the original line of scrimmage or 1 yard.
Yeah, Sugar-Salem has had the advantage to play a lot of guys and get a lot of guys reps. You never know when someone might go down with injury. Obviously, we don't want that ever to happen, but that's what occurs in football. And so getting those touches for a lot of different players is super beneficial. And they've been able to because, frankly, they've been blown out most of their teams this season, which allows to get those maybe second, third string guys more reps.
Well, I did the numbers, and Sugar-Salem averages 49 points a game, and they're already there, and we've got another quarter to play. Neal under center. He's going to drop back to pass. Pump fake. Complete. To guess who?
Yep, that's the guy.
Ty Hillinger again with just another nice, that pump fake by Neal set that up. Great pump fake. Hillinger gets free. And that's going to take Sugar-Salem on to the Teton side of the field around the 47 and first down. And this may be the last play of the third quarter. Handoff, Carson Harris. He breaks free. He's going to go all the way. Maybe one man to beat, and just brought down on the one by Ashton Gunther. Teton had to make an incredible stop there.
Really good run by Carson Harris. Sprung free down the sideline, and Gunther makes that touchdown-saving tackle on the 1 yard line. Impressive.
So about a 45-yard run for Carson Harris and a touchdown-saving tackle from Ashton Gunther. So first and goal for Sugar-Salem, 26 seconds left, 49-6. Neal to, you guessed it.
Yep.
Carson Harris for a 2-yard run and touchdown. Sugar-Salem now 55-6 with 23 seconds still left in the third quarter.
We'll see if Mason Kinghorn can make it Another PAT here.
Mason Kinghorn's kick is good. It's 56-6, 23 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter as Sugar-Salem is ahead on East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
All right, welcome back to East Idaho Game Night. We got a little East Idaho Game Night in there, but no problem. We've got it fixed up in the booth as we're back here as East Idaho Game Night with Sugar-Salem kicking off with a 55-6 lead over Teton. Nice run here by Teton, the kickoff. And, that's what I observed in the first half. Teton is able to run back kickoffs very well.
Yeah, they've, you see them getting going. He has some green space, and they're able to get past the 25-yard line most of their kickoffs.
Unfortunately, it just hasn't translated into points for Teton. And you can just see glimpses that their players are able to make some plays, but the Sugar defense has just been relentless tonight.
They've been so good when they've been rushing 3, 4, just really good on rushing the QB and stopping the run.
All right, Nelson in the shotgun, 2 receivers down to the closest side. Little screen, caught by Thomas Huvis. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 3 quarters, Sugar-Salem at 56, Teton 6. We'll be back on East Idaho Game Night for the fourth quarter.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
And welcome back to East Idaho Game Night. I'm Sean Kane. I'm here with Joel Richards and Brandon Bainey. Sugar-Salem is ahead 56-6 as we start the fourth quarter. And, it's just been all Sugar-Salem tonight.
Yeah, Sugar-Salem has done what they've done to every team this season. Up by a bunch of scores. And just relentless on offense, and then maybe even more so on defense.
Nice run by Jack Nielsen, the quarterback for Teton, and he's had a pretty good game. He's able to run. He's a good threat with the throw and the run, and that's about 15 yards for him and a first down for Teton as they're looking to cross the 50-yard line here.
Yeah, you can see why he has a broken play here.
Yeah, high snap. Nielsen grabs it with one hand, brings it down, throws it, and it's just pretty much going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I was going to say, you can see why Jack Nelson has all those yards. Again, 1,500 total passing yards, 297 rushing total yards on the season. So he can play. He's a baller.
Nielsen in the shotgun. He's going to look. Ty Brown on the catch. Ty Brown moving for about 12 yards and another Teton first down.
Nice little screen play on that left side to Ty Brown. We haven't called his number tonight, but sprung free and made a couple guys miss. Nice screen and nice run. Yards after catch.
Nielsen back in the shotgun, handoff to number 12, Thomas Hoovesvelt. Because you got Thomas, you got two, right?
Right.
Jerem and Thomas. So
yeah, Jerem and Thomas. The Hoosevelts doing work tonight. Especially Thomas. You know, despite missing those, dropping a couple balls, he continues to play hard, and you got to have a short memory, as they say, right?
Oh yeah.
Play the next play.
Low snap. Nelson recovers it. Bomb. No one in the area. Almost intercepted by Sugar-Salem. And
that was Hurlinger out there, right?
Hurlinger.
Playing,
it's either Hurlinger or Cade Summers. Their two numbers. Hurlinger again, almost with the interception there, with the overthrown ball and a low snap, and the snapping has been an issue. Nielsen under the shotgun again, looks for the pass back, throws it into the ground, incomplete. Hoosevelt unable to grab that one, is way too low. So 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 56-6. 3rd and 10 for Teton. Nielsen in the shotgun again. We have 5 receivers. He's going to sling the pass out. It's going to be caught on the far sideline for about 7 yards to Thomas Hoosevelt. And it's going to bring up a 4th down. Obviously, Teton is going to go for it. They're hurrying up.
That was a nice throw by Nelson, man, from far hash to the far sideline, near hash to far sideline. Impressive throw. Had a lot of zip on it.
4th and 4 for Teton. And that's going to be pitched out, but not going to be enough, and Teton's going to turn the ball over on downs, and that was blown up quickly by Sugar-Salem in the backfield.
Oh, excuse me, Sean, just wanted to say it probably should have pitched that just a half a second earlier, but that's so hard with Sugar-Salem pursuing so quickly.
Yeah, that's when you run kind of an option. If you hold on to the ball too long or too little, that's the caveat to that play. So Sugar-Salem's going to take over on downs, 56-6, 7:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's East Idaho game night on IdahoSports.com. And a battle of 2 conference opponents. Sugar just a little more productive on the offensive side of the ball tonight. Handoff. And that's number 1 still going. Bosco.
Yeah, Josiah Bosco doing work. He got some good stiff arms in there, got some good blocks for himself, but took off to that far sideline, left side on your screen, and sprung open. And then even after he sprung open, a couple of guys coming, had some good stiff arms and broke some tackles. Josiah Bosco having a big boy run.
About a 35-yard run there. So first down, Sugar-Salem, 6:40, clock rolling. Sugar-Salem's going to take some time here. Looks like Sugar-Salem has a different quarterback in there. They have number 16, James Chase. So you would imagine Danny Neal might be done for the night. And they might just be going with James Chase for the rest of the game. You only 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. You don't want to, get any injuries on your quarterback or any players for that matter. And we'll probably see a lot of reserve players for Sugar-Salem in on this drive.
It's nice to get up by a lot and you can bring in your backups and get them some reps, especially backup quarterbacks. That can be really important.
Handoff. Luke Aldridge, number 21. 24 yards on that run. So we're going to see some different looks here from Sugar. Some different players come in. We got James Chase. He's a junior quarterback.
And this is James Chase. This is his opportunity to take advantage of the reps, command the offense, and make some things happen.
And Chase is going to quarterback sneak it for 4 or 5 yards. Make it an even 4. So 2nd and 4 for Sugar-Salem. Clock continued to run. 4:42 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you can. And on this drive, they've been doing a lot of substitutions, bringing a lot of different personnel, maybe trying different plays, but looks like mostly just bringing in new personnel to continue moving this offense and get them some reps.
So James Chase under center.
Teton selling out on the run.
Hand off to Luke Aldridge. Flag on the play. Getting the young guns some touches. And that's going to be holding on Sugar, so that's going to come back.
This isn't on the camera, but you can see some players down here in Sugar-Salem having a little snack. It's probably like these protein, Twizzler kind of things.
Well, I hope Brandon brought the orange slices. So it's going to be 2nd and 17 for Sugar-Salem. 3:50 and the clock running down. 56-6 on East Idaho game night. And what a beautiful night, man. I'd never been here, so this was a great experience to get to come see Sugar-Salem play.
Yeah, beautiful city, cute little town, I guess. Lots of trees, green fields. Saw some kids playing soccer on our way here, and then the Tetons are right out there in the background. Just a beautiful sight for a football game.
So 3rd and 15, they get a couple back on that run. Sugar probably fine with just letting the clock run down, get some reps for some of their backup players.
Yeah, but there may be some players in there that haven't played much. I'm getting the feeling just from some of the reaction of the players, getting really psyched for some of their guys going in, which is really fun for the team to see your classmates, see your teammates get in who don't get in too much.
Absolutely. Chase hands off. 5 yards on the carry. Andrew Tonks, number 11. So that's going to bring up 4th down and roughly back to the line of scrimmage. So 4th and 10. I'm sure Sugar will go for it here. 2:20 to go in the fourth quarter. So 4th down and 6. He got a few more yards than I thought. Chase under center. Hand off. Out to the edge.
Nice block on that edge.
And Sugar-Salem able to pick up another first down with about an 8-yard run inside the 15-yard line for Sugar-Salem. Again, knocking on the door with 1:33. And if you're Teton, you got to think we didn't get the ball very much last game. They haven't had it very much in the fourth quarter.
They haven't.
Not that they would come back, but just get the offense some more reps.
Yeah, this last drive has been very similar to their first drive of the game. A lot of time off the clock, almost one entire quarter.
And Sugar-Salem takes a knee, and that's probably going to be the game.
They may have to take one more knee.
Well, we have 50 seconds. May have to run one more play. And just what a great performance by Sugar-Salem tonight. And down on the field, we've got some of the starters maybe calling in the plays. And that final kneel down will do it as Sugar-Salem defeats Teton 56-6 on East Idaho game night.
Excuse me, Sean. I'm just going to say it was a dominant victory by Sugar-Salem the whole game. There was never any question. Maybe at the beginning kickoff there was a bit of a question. Well, who was going to come out? Teton coming off a really tough loss. Sugar-Salem coming off a bye week. You never know what you're going to get with that kind of thing. But Sugar-Salem completely dominant from the get-go on offense and defense. Really impressive game by them. I'm excited to see what they have next week and then into the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break here on East Idaho Game Night, IdahoSports.com. We'll run the numbers. We'll come back with the player of the game and all the pregame action in just a moment.
Well, yes, I've heard ERMAC has quite a few pediatric specialty services, but can you tell me what you have to offer?
ERMAC offers specialized pediatric care in our ER and our pediatric ICU. Pediatric doctors focus 100% of their time on hospitalized kids. And ERMAC has many children's specialties, like pediatric surgery and anesthesiology, cardiology and endocrinology, and more. This network of local pediatric experts is only found at ERMAC.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it. How to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Welcome into the IdahoSports.com post-game show. One final time from Sugar City, where the Diggers win on senior night. 56-6 the final over the Teton Timberwolves. So now Teton 0-2 in Mountain River's conference play, and that's all they'll get. There's only 3 teams in the conference. They're 6-2 overall, but Brandon Bainey back here with Sean Kane and Joel Richardson. They're going to, Teton has dropped 2 in a row now at the end of the year, but big picture, they're still in the playoffs, and they can get ready for that.
Yeah, Teton, they've had a good season. We've talked about it before, and it's probably hard to come up and take a loss like this to a conference opponent, but you got to have your eyes on that bigger picture, and that's going to be state, and they'll be prepared and ready for that in the weeks to come.
Yeah, for sure. Bigger days ahead for Teton. You see the potential there. They just were, that pass rush from Sugar-Salem tonight was relentless. And speaking of, Diggers now 7-0, 1-0 in conference play, and now it sets up next week, Sean, in St. Anthony, Sugar-Salem at South Fremont in a game that will decide the district. Now, again, Sugar, Teton, South Fremont all comfortably in the playoffs, but if Sugar wins, they're going to be more than likely the number 1 overall seed in the 3A bracket, which means a first-round bye. Only the top 2 teams get byes, and then home field all throughout the playoffs.
And what a home field, right? I think if you're Sugar, that's what you want. You want to come up here. You want teams to have to travel down, here to play, and that's the eye on the prize. But yeah, what a great matchup for next week, Sugar and South Fremont. And man, South Fremont, I'm having a hard time reading on what they're going to do, but I'm not having a hard time reading what Sugar-Salem can do, and that's score points.
Yeah, and not give up that many points. Like, they're among the leaders in the state in terms of point differential, and we saw that on display tonight. Let's go ahead and hand out our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game Award. It is brought to you by the Idaho Transportation Department.
If a pedestrian is hit by a car going 20 miles per hour, there's a 90% chance he will survive. At 30 miles per hour, the likelihood of survival decreases to 60%. And at 40 miles per hour, it goes down to 20%. 10 miles per hour makes all the difference. You're in the driver's seat. You have the power to save lives.
So our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Sean Kane is, what do you think? Who are we going with?
Well, I think it's a pretty cut. We're going to have to go with Danny Neal, the quarterback of Sugar-Salem. He had an unreal night. He went 16 for 21 on passes, 284 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air with a 76% completion rating, which is just amazing. And then he wasn't done there. On the ground, Neal was able to score 2 touchdowns, and he only had 10 yards, but the 2 touchdowns. So 5, let me do some math. 5 total touchdowns. Danny Neal is our player of the game.
That's all right. Addition is hard sometimes, Sean, definitely. So congratulations to Danny Neal, the general.
The general.
General Neal.
Maybe it will stick.
Yeah, General Neal for Sugar-Salem, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and Shift Idaho. Thank you for tuning in. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group, Ermac Pediatric Services, and DL Evans Bank. Tonight's game has also been brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Big thanks to our local sponsors tonight as well, Pro Pete Fertilizer and Pocock Trucking. As Sugar-Salem moves to 7-0 on the year, they defeat Teton in their conference opener and their senior night. What a world, huh? To have your conference opener and your senior night at the same time. Those kind of...
It happens with a 3-team conference, those are the bag of potatoes you get.
Them's the breaks, right? So, 56-6. Sugar-Salem gets the win. They're 7-0. Teton drops to 6-2. Big thanks to Tyler Richens. He's the head football coach at Sugar-Salem, but he's also the athletic director. So he's the guy that, makes sure that we're taken care of. And, big thanks to Lance Taylor as well, one of our own, right? Great broadcaster for IdahoSports.com. He's also the PA announcer here at the Sugar-Salem home games, and Lance had a lot of good info and nuggets for us before the game. And so big thanks to Lance as well. Great place to call a game, Sugar-Salem, and they're big fans of IdahoSports.com, and we're big fans of them. So thanks to everybody here in Sugar City and Salem for putting on a good show tonight. As again, the Diggers win 56-6 over Teton, led by IdahoSports.com player of the game, Danny Neal. 5 touchdowns total, 3 through the air, 2 on the ground. Next week, Sean, back in Pocatello for Gate City Game Night. Crosstown rivals, Pocatello and Century, in a game that could decide the District 5 title in 4A football.
Yeah, Pocatello and Preston play tonight, and we didn't have a line on that one, but depending on how that goes, we talked about it on our prep cast, is maybe we have a 3-way tie, and that could be interesting too, but it should be a good one at Lookout Field, which is just incredible. And yeah, it'll be a good game. It's a rivalry game. Many times in the year it comes down to that game for the conference championship, and could mean a playoff spot for one team or not, or a team might not get in at all. So it'll be a lot on the line.
Yeah, regular season finale, and we'll start getting ready for the postseason here on IdahoSports.com. I can't believe it. I feel like the season just started, but here we are. All right, that'll do it for East Idaho Game Night from Sugar City. Until next time, for Sean Kane and Joel Richardson, I'm Brandon Baney. Good night, everybody.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.